Hi everyone, I'm Marissa and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm showing you our budget for November 2019. I love budgeting because it gives you the permission to spend, and budgeting has helped my husband and I to pay off $87,000 of student loan debt, save for an emergency fund, save for a down payment on a house, and what's coming up next of saving for a baby fund because we are expecting our first baby in May of 2020. So without further ado, here is our budget for November. In addition to loving budgeting, I also love Excel. I'm a total Excel nerd, and so I do our budget every month in Excel. If you want to grab this budget template that I will be using, you can pick it up on my Etsy shop for $5. I will have a link to it in the description box down below. So first up here we have our income, and I have Jacob's income and my income individually blocked out just for privacy, but I do have side hustle income, and that's for my business here on YouTube of The Budgeting Wife. And so I plan to bring in $1,650 this month, and we don't have any actuals here. That number shouldn't be there, so I'm going to delete it. Okay, so our grand total of income that we plan to bring in this month is $6,720. Now, the budget that we use is a zero-based budget, which means that all of our income equals all of our expenses. So if we are bringing in $6,720, we better have that much in expenses and savings. So now to show you where we plan to allocate every dollar that we bring in this month. First up, we have our normal expenses, and these first three line items are all things that I keep blocked out just for privacy, which include giving. And so Jacob and I are Christians, and we believe in tithing and giving to our church and other organizations, so that's what this is that's blocked out. But the next thing that we have is our mortgage. So like I said, we saved for a down payment on a house, and we moved in mid-September. And with the way that everything works with closing and prepaids, we have actually prepaid for October's mortgage, and so this is actually the first month that we have a mortgage payment. So this is brand new, listed in our budget. So we plan to pay $2398.60, so almost $2,400 a month for our mortgage. To give you a little more information, we do have our house is $430,000 and our loan is about $405,000, and we got a 3.5% interest rate, which is pretty good. So that's what we have for our mortgage. We also have an HOA with where we live, and honestly, it's totally fine for me to pay the HOA. They also keep all of the landscaping at our house and in parks around in the neighborhood, so happy to pay that. So that's $121 a month. Next, we have utilities, and this kind of makes up of garbage, water, sewer, electricity. What else do we have? Gas. We have natural gas. And so with just all of those things, I plan on spending about $300 a month. We paid for them in the month of October, so you'll see that in my October budget report when that goes up, I think next week. But with that, we only paid for half a month because we were only here for half a month in September. So I'm honestly not sure how much it's going to be for an entire month. I think it's going to take a few months before I get an idea of how much each of those line items will be, and then you will see them broken out line by line in my budget. The next line item that we have is internet, which is $39.99 like usual. Then we have phones, which are $108, and this is my cell phone and Jacob's cell phone. And then we have insurance. So this is our car insurance. Our homeowner's insurance is actually paid through our mortgage. I didn't mention that. Our mortgage payment includes principal, interest, property taxes, insurance, PMI, because we didn't put 20% down. So it includes all those things in that $2,400 payment. So the extra insurance that we have here is simply just our car insurance for our two vehicles. Next, we have groceries. Normally, we spend about $250 a month on groceries, but like I said, we are expecting a baby, and I am, as I'm filming this, I'm 10 weeks pregnant, and so I have had some food cravings and aversions, and our grocery bill and eating out have just been a little bit higher because I just haven't been feeling super great. So it's like whenever I feel like I could eat a food item, I'm like, okay, I need that. Like I need to get that food. So yeah, so I'm just gonna let us spend a little bit more on groceries and eating out for this season to cover those sorts of cravings and aversions for this first trimester especially. So $300 on groceries. Again, normally it's $250, but I just can't right now. And eating out, we normally spend $75, but I'm bumping it up to $100. Gas, we spend $150 a month, so that's what I have set for this month as well. And then we have a Roth IRA that we put $200 a month into, so we're planning for that. Next we have fun. So this is anything outside of eating out that we do that's fun together. Like we are going to be going to Topgolf here soon with some of our friends. So some of those other activities come out of our fun budget. And then we have $100 in miscellaneous. I love having a miscellaneous category because it always seems that there's something random that comes up from the month that I forgot to budget for. And so having that miscellaneous category allows me to have a place to put it. So $100 for miscellaneous. And so that comes to a grand total of normal expenses to be $4,669.59. Next up, we have all of our savings items, and I love it because these are all of like the financial goals that we're working on. So the first thing that you see here is our emergency fund, and also I keep all of the beginning and ending balances blocked out because the month of October hasn't ended for me yet. I'm filming this in October, and you guys need to go check out our October budget report to see what we actually spent money on and see how the month went. But the emergency fund. So Jacob and I, when we bought our house, we had $10,000 in emergency fund savings, and that was about 5 months of necessary expenses while we were renters. But now that we're homeowners, we have some additional expenses each month, like our mortgage is higher than our rent, and now that we also have a baby on the way, we want to increase our emergency fund to be more than 6 months of necessary expenses, which that amount for us is about $25,000 that we're aiming towards. So right now, that is our financial goal. I think that will be done around maybe February or March, definitely in time before baby gets here in May. So we are putting $1,600 this month to our emergency fund. Next, we have our personal spending money. Jacob gets $100 of personal spending money each month, and I get $100 for personal spending money. Then we have extra giving. We put $50 a month into an extra giving fund, and this allows us to say yes to additional giving opportunities if they come up. And I love having this fund in our budget because it really does give us the permission to say yes. And so we have had this in our budget for several years now, and it's one of our favorite things to do. Vacation, we're not putting any money to vacation right now. We used to put like $200 a month into that. And I don't think, honestly, that we'll end up doing like a baby moon situation. Maybe we'll go somewhere like close by and stay at like a hotel, maybe downtown, or go to like Central Oregon or the coast, do something really close by the Portland, Oregon area where we live. But we're not going to do something big for the baby moon just because we are really trying to get these financial goals in order before we have the baby. So having that emergency fund and then saving for our baby fund, which I did a video on, and it's coming up here very shortly. So no vacation money is being saved right now, which is kind of a bummer, but okay, because I know that we're working on some other great things right now. Next we have is Christmas. We save $20 a month for Christmas between January through December, and that way when we get to December, we already have all the money saved and ready to go to be spent for Christmas, which is a huge relief. And that is actually going to, I bet you we're going to start shopping in the month of November, which is crazy. Next we have is car maintenance, and that we save $75 a month for car maintenance. And we actually do need new tires for my car soon. Maybe, oh, excuse me, pregnancy. I've just been very like congested. I don't know why, but okay, and a little sneezy. So anyway, car maintenance. We are putting $75 a month into the car maintenance fund, and we do need new tires for my Corolla, so we'll be spending that probably in the month of November because my tires really need some help in the rain, and it's gonna rain for the next, feels like forever here in Oregon, so definitely need to get that done. House maintenance. We aren't putting anything into our house maintenance fund right now, just because we are working on saving for that emergency fund first and foremost. So as soon as that emergency fund gets done, we'll start putting money into house maintenance to be more of like a house emergency fund. Like, I want to have our emergency fund way over here and not even think about using it. And so having that house maintenance fund will be the house emergency fund, just like car maintenance is car emergency fund. So we aren't putting anything into it right now as we're working on saving for that emergency fund. And so if we have something come up between now and, February or March, then we'll just pull from the emergency fund to cover a big house-related expense. But our house is only a few years old, so I hope that that won't be the case. And then lastly, we have household, because even though we aren't doing house maintenance, we are still going to have monthly household expenses like toilet paper or paper towels, or even just getting a couple small like house maintenance items as we are still getting moved in. So $100 a month for household expenses. And then we have a baby fund. Like I said, we aren't putting any money into it right now. We're gonna wait till February or March. Once we get that emergency fund done, then we'll start adding to that baby fund and save for baby related expenses like supplies. All of our medical is kind of all taken care of, I believe, for right now, so just baby supplies. And I will definitely be sharing more about baby related costs that we are expecting throughout my entire pregnancy. So if you're interested, definitely stay tuned for that. So at the very bottom here, we have total money out is $6,720, and this balance here is a zero balance, which means that we have a zero-based budget and all of the money is being allocated for this month of November. So we are ready to go for this month. Let me know what you are excited about for this month of November. And also, if you want to get the budget template that I'm using, check that out with the link in my description box down below. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.
I've been dreaming so much lately about your face when you're smiling. It's the only thing that saves me.